Hello and welcome to this UCS search strategy training video. My name is Catherine Holmes. I'm the subject librarian for nursing, midwifery and health, and I'm going to try and give you some tips and hints to help you research a topic for your essay or a dissertation. So I've got a topic today. Today I'm going to be looking at what role does body language play in nursing communication. That's the subject of my essay. So what I need to do first of all is to think about what are the key concepts in this topic. And I'm going to pick out 3 from this. I want something about body language, I want nursing to be there, and I want communication to be there too. So I'm going to think about those 3 areas and find similar alternative words that I could also use to describe these topics in case the words that I start with don't find anything or don't find quite what I want. So I'm going to try and broaden it. So if I start with body language, what other words could I use? I could think about using a term like non-verbal, bearing in mind this is a broader concept than just body language. Also bear in mind non-verbal can be spelled with a hyphen or without. I might want to think about kinesic communication, don't even know if I said that right. It's to do with facial expressions and gestures, and body movement. So there's quite a few alternative words I could use for body language. If I'm talking about communication, I want to make sure I include words that mention communicating, communicate, communicates. And if I'm looking at a word like nursing, I want to ensure that I include nurse, nurses, maybe even healthcare assistants, bring those into the mix as well. Now this particular search, I've decided I want to limit it to search results from the last 5 years. Search results that are full text, link me straight to full text articles. I want them to be research articles. And maybe primary research articles. So that's my search criteria. So that's the topic. So where am I going to start my search? I may start my search just by having a quick look at Google. In fact, if I want some definitions for words, I could type in define and then a word, for example, define communication, and it might bring up some alternative words for me. In this case, I'm not going to look at Google. I'm going to start with the library summon search tool, which is here on the start page for UCS Ipswich Library, and you'll find summon search boxes dotted all around the library portal because it is a key tool that we are recommending that students start with using first. So summon, I've got the search box here. So what exactly is it? It's new for 2012 and it's kind of a launch pad for searching. Provides this handy little Google sized box, search box. Think of it as a library Google box, because what you're going to search for here are just academic resources, for example books in the library, full text journal articles that sit within library databases, video recordings and many other things. So it's a one-stop shop for researching. It's quick and it's easy. It's not 100% thorough, but it's a very useful way to start. So we're going to start off by putting in some of our search words, making sure we don't misspell anything. So I'm going to enter communication, leave a space. I'm going to put body language in. I'm going to put this in quotation marks because I want to fix it as a phrase. And I'm going to put the word nursing in. So communication, body language, nursing. I'm going to click search and it's going to start this search in summon. So as we can see, we've got a lot of results here. So what I'm going to think about doing is refining this search a little bit. I'm only interested in items with full text, articles that I can read straight away. So our search results have immediately decreased. I'm going to limit to articles from scholarly journals. So I'm just going to refine the search again. I'm going to limit by year of publication. We'll go for the last 5 years. So I'm going to update again. Let's make sure that updates for me. Yep, so that's brought the search results down. And I'm also going to say I'm only interested in journal articles, not any of these other types of content. So I'm down to 5,000 results, which is still a lot of material. And what someone is doing, it's actually alerting me to the fact that these two particular online databases are probably the best ones for my search. This is probably where most of the results are coming from. So what I could do is actually do a separate search within those databases. So I can look through these search results. The ones at the top are the ones that are most likely to be relevant to me. If I hover over the title, I get a bit more information, including the abstract, and I can decide whether I'm going to look at the article. So if I want to look at the full text of this article, I'm just going to click the link. It's just opening for me. And it's brought up the article, starting with the abstract. There are various other search limits that I can apply within Summon. For example, I could even limit by subject to the word nursing as a subject term. So it's updating the results again. I could even update by language. So there's lots and lots of search limits, and it's gradually narrowing my search results down, although it's still coming up with possibly an unacceptably large number of results, but the top ones are the most likely to be relevant to me. If I want to do another search, change the topic completely, I can keep all these search refinements so I don't have to go putting them back again. Wipe that and put a new topic and hit search, and it will keep all these refinements, so that will save me some time. I've now closed Summon down, and I'm going to think about some other resources that I can use instead. Summon's really a starting point. If we want to search a subject a bit more thoroughly, we need to think about searching for databases, online databases, which provide access just to full text journal articles mainly. We would want to start thinking about using ones that are specifically useful for nursing. So we're going to look at how to get into those now, and then I'll say a bit more about them. So from this UCS Ipswich Library start page, I'm going to scroll down to find the subject guide for nursing. So I'm going to click nursing, and it will take me into the subject area for nursing. So this is a start page for nursing, midwifery and ODP. And as you can see, we've got another Summon search box there. I mentioned it was dotted all around the library portal. But what I'm looking for now, through these various pages, is the research databases page. This is where I'm going to be able to link to databases. So I'm going to click here to load the page. Here it is. And this is giving me lots of information and help about databases, but more importantly, it's giving me the actual links. And I'm going to start with this link here to a key database. It was one of the ones that was mentioned on the Summon search service, CINAHL. So I'm going to click this link, and this is taking me straight into the resource called Ebsco. Now, Ebsco is a database provider. It happens to provide access to CINAHL, which you can see in the list, along with lots of other databases. Now there are 4 key ones that we need to be thinking of searching for nursing. Academic Search Elite, that has a lot of nursing content in it, although it is a multidisciplinary database. We've already ticked CINAHL. Health Source, very useful, and Medline. And because they're all being provided by Ebsco, we can search them as a batch. So I'm going to click Continue here, and it's taking me into the main search screen. So now I'm going to think about entering this search on non-verbal communication or body language in nursing communication. And I've got a much more flexible search screen here than I had with Summon. And I'm going to enter the search one row at a time. So I'm going to keep the concepts separate. So communication is going to go on the top line. I'm going to spell it, make sure I spell it right. Into body language, I'm keeping the speech marks because I want to fix that as a phrase. And then nursing will go on the bottom row. So those are my 3 key concepts. I'm going to say I want to limit my results to full text. And I want to limit to scholarly peer-reviewed journals. At this stage I'm not going to select a search field. I just want to see how much it finds, and then I'll do some refining later. So I'm going to click Search and see what it finds from all 4 databases. Right, we've got 37 results. Now we should be able to improve on this, maybe if we add some alternative words in. I'm now going to type in what's called a Boolean Operator, the OR operator, which is going to broaden my search, and it's going to look for body language or non-verbal, or even non-verbal. So what it's going to do, it's going to just retrieve one word, doesn't matter which word, from that search box and link it with the word communication and link it with the word nursing. So we're broadening it, we're giving it some options. Now words like communication can be truncated. So this can be done by putting a star on the word. So I'm going to chop it up at communicate. By putting a star there, I'll find communicates, communicate, communicating, communication. Likewise with nursing, if I pop a star after the S, it will pick up nurse, nurses, nursing. So I'm going to send that search again and see if it pulls in any more results. And you can see it's pulled in many more results, maybe too many more. I'm now going to refine by date. So I'm just going to move this slider and we'll look at items published in the last 5 years. It greys out the screen, so I'm just going to update there. And it's brought me 114 results now. At this point I could think about search fields. At the moment I haven't selected a search field, and by doing that it's actually looked for my words anywhere in the citation. So it's looked in fields like the title of the article, maybe the title of the journal, words in abstract, subject terms, places like that, key places. But I could be even a little bit more specific. I could say that word communication is very important, I want that mentioned in the title. Word nursing, not so bothered about that. These words, not so bothered about those, as long as they appear somewhere, maybe in the abstract. So we'll send that search again. And that's brought the results down to 31. So I might start looking at these results now, see what's come up. And I can make it a little bit easier for myself by changing these page options. So instead of looking at 10 per page, this will let me look at 50. So I'll be able to scroll down all 30 results. and I could also decide to sort them. So if date was very important, I could put them in date descending order, so the most recent article was displayed at the top. That may or may not be important because we've already established we're just looking at items published in the last 5 years. So we've got some articles here that might be worth looking at. So for example, this one here, let's have a look at this one. So I'm going to click on the title first of all and have a look. Now this is telling me quite a bit about the article. The source is telling me which journal it's coming from. This particular one's coming from International Journal of Palliative Nursing. Lots of helpful subject terms here. Some of these might be useful. See, we've got non-verbal communication as a subject heading. We've got an abstract here, so I can read through that. If I decide I want to link to the article itself, I can link here and it will just display the article for me. At this point, I can save it, I can print it, I can even email it to myself. I'm now going to go back to my result list. And if I wanted to, I could refine this even more. But 31 results is probably quite a nice set, and I should be looking at these quite closely. Another thing you might want to do is to try and work out which of these articles are primary research articles. And a little trick for doing this is to add another search row. I'm going to add a row. And in this row, I'm going to add words like study or survey or questionnaire or sample or findings. And I'm going to click search and see if this reduces the results. Now it's reduced these to 13 results. So these are the ones that are most likely to be original research, actually conducted by the author and written up by the author in the form of a journal article. It's not hard and fast. You then need to actually examine each article, read the abstract and make your own judgment, but these are the ones that are most likely to be. It's probably even better to limit this word to a word in abstract, because this is where this word is most likely to appear in the descriptive abstract. So if I change that to abstract, it's actually brought that down a bit to 9 results. So I'd probably look at those ones first. Other handy things that I can do is, once I've got a good search strategy, I can go into my search history area, which is here, and I could save this search and open it up on another occasion. At the moment, it's only going to be saved within this session. As soon as I close this computer down, this search will be lost. So if I click that last search where I had all the refinements, let me tick it. I'm going to click Save Search. Now here it's asking me to sign in. Now I already have an Ebsco login. If you don't already have an Ebsco login, you can just click this link here, very quickly create an account. You can set up your Ebsco username to match your UCS login. That would be the quickest way to do it. So I'm going to sign in. So I've now logged in. I can tell I'm logged in because sign in is now reading sign out. And now if I click this save search option, it brings up this screen here where it prompts me to give the search a name. So I could call it body language. It's telling me it's going to be a permanent saved search, and I can save it. Your saved search has been modified. Let's continue. And that's appearing as my last saved search. So if I wanted to come back on another occasion and find this, I would sign in, go to my folder area, and it would appear here as a saved search. I've already got, I already had 4 searches, so this has appeared, this has been pushed to the top, so it appears as search number 1. Another thing I could have done, and lots of databases offer these same options, it's not just the Ebsco resources, I could actually set this up as an alert. So here, I'm going to type body language, so call it body language. And this time I'm going to say, set it up as an alert. Then it gives me various options. For example, the frequency of the alert, well, maybe I'll have one once a week. And I need to put my email address in here. I can give it a subject as well. Here, so I could put body language in, so I knew what the email was going to be about. Click save. Continue. Now if I go into my folder area again, hopefully that will be set up as a search alert. Now I can just sit back and there we are, that's a search. I can sit back and wait for new articles to arrive in my email box. So anytime new content is added to this database that matches the search criteria I've put in, I will just be prompted. It will be pushed straight at me, no further work to do. So that was a quick run through of searching the Ebsco databases. These are the ones that are mentioned on here. These are the key databases for nursing, midwifery, ODP and health generally. There is a link on this portal page to additional databases that can be explored if you're doing sort of dissertation level research. So what we've covered in the session today is looking at a topic, breaking it down into key concepts, looking at synonyms, alternative search words that could be useful, truncating searches, searching for variant spellings, word endings, with limited searches by date, full text, even to primary research articles. We had an initial look at summon, and then we had a more in-depth look at Ebsco, and we've looked at how to access further databases. For further help, this is all available on the portal. There's a search strategy guide here, and there are links also to specific search sheets. For example, if I click search example nursing, there's a search sheet which more or less matches this tutorial. So you can get further help from that. Any other help you need, just email us at the library help email, which is library@ucs.ac.uk. Hope you found the tutorial helpful. Thank you.